Hello and welcome to another edition of SWIM, SWIM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. I don't know what I'm going to call this yet, but I guess I will have a title by the time I'm finished. This is therapy for me. I appreciate when I have someone to chat with or talk to. That's always good, especially if we have a really good subject. Last week was a pretty cool subject, and it had to do with female responsibilities and male responsibilities or female energy, something to that effect. And it got quite a few views, and I'm kind of interested in that. I also got 4 new subscribers, so whoever you are, I really do appreciate it. But I'm going to talk about something that doesn't have a topic, but I'm going to call it something in a few minutes. I guess if I had to write a profile, a new profile starting like within the last 30 days of my life, or I'll just say the last recent season of my life, it would start off like this, and I would have to be honest. And this is it. Follow me now. Don't take what I'm saying out of context and or use it against me in any kind of way, whoever you are. But I will say this. My headline would be, I don't get along with most average people. Or, I have problems getting along with people. I'm throwing average in there and most, so you can use it however you want. I'll use it however I want. But I'm going to say that. And it's not necessarily that I'm either a bad person or I have some serious social skills. Maybe it is. I will find out eventually. But as of now, in analyzing myself, I don't think it's because I have a problem with socializing or bad social skills. This is what I think it is, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. Listen carefully, okay? And if you're, a kind of person, anything like me, maybe I can come up with some answers for you if you feel this way. But I've developed into a type of person that's like this. My yes is yes. My no is no. Sometimes I may talk a little too much, but if you ask me a question and you don't specify whether it's a yes or no like I do often, if you ask me a question, especially in a text sometimes, I try to make sure that you're not wondering anything else about my answer. So I'll give you enough details so that I could minimize the interaction time, or just so that you don't have to guess or wonder what it is I'm saying. So I am pretty much detailed. I'm a bit analytical too. I do realize that can be a problem in most cases and sometimes for some people. I'll never forget the time one of my co-workers said that to me, and it's the first time I thought it was a big word. She said, "You're very analytical." I'll never forget that. And by the time I looked it up and came into the knowledge of what it really meant, she was just pretty much saying that I was rather inquisitive and wanted to know the nuts and bolts about almost everything. And she was right, because up into this day, if you're saying something, because I understand that thoughts, beliefs, and feelings are also included in words, I kind of want to get around the fat and get right to the meat of what someone's saying, because communication is not very easy. You can talk all the time. I hear people talking all the time, and I talk all the time. But communication involves listening, and maybe it's a problem for me. Maybe it's a blessing. Maybe it's a gift, skill, or talent. I haven't figured it out yet. I'll never forget this commentary that I used to produce on a radio station that I worked for. One of the ministers would put it together, and she would say, certain gifts, or problems people have are misused gifts, something to that effect. I want to maybe get her on or try to analyze what she was saying, but she was talking about problems that people have are not necessarily problems. They're gifts that are misused and or abused. And somehow or another, we've got to stay focused and get on track with whatever it is we are doing, whatever our character traits is. If it's bringing good fortune to us or whatnot, maybe we don't need to analyze it. But if something we're doing or saying or how we're being is creating a problem for us, It's not necessarily a curse. It's just something that might need some type of guiding. But anyway, I'm gonna try to get back to my point. My yes is yes. My no is no. I am rather detailed. If I say 4 o'clock, I really mean 4 o'clock. And if I hold myself to such high standard, I have a bad habit of holding people to the same standards. And that might be where a part of my concern is. And I don't want to call it a problem, but I will for now. Might be part of what my problem is. Because if you tell me 4:30 and I don't see you at 4:30, I have a problem with that. Honesty is also important. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about lying and not being truthful. And my guest said, everybody lies. Well, I guess that's true. You know, we're created, I guess, in a good and bad type of society. And depending on, what we're influenced by, we're either going to go to one side or the other. And of course, there are people that flat out lie. There are people who are dishonest, unethical, and the works. But I'm going to speak about me for the sake of making my point. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. I'm not unethical, I'll say that. Have there been things that I have not followed through with completely? Yeah, I'm going to say that. And I don't have to tell you my personal business. And I don't have to confess to you. I'm not behind a window and I'm not telling everything. But 99.999% of my life has been spent, in the open, being honest and truthful, because I know what it means to build trust with and within someone. So those things, as I was saying, creates some type of issues for me. So when I say I have problems getting along with most people or common people, average people, that's what I mean. My standards are a little high and it tends to conflict. Logic and reasoning is something serious for me. Feelings, thoughts, and emotions, I have them. I exercise them often. I don't think I would be, as a matter of fact, I think I am a little sensitive. To be a big guy, I'm sensitive. But I don't think my emotions, my thoughts, and my beliefs are what guide me up front. I think reasoning and logic is more so my foundation, and then my feelings, kind of sort of follow that. But I interact oftentimes with people that are not necessarily that way, and because I'm not finished with my therapy yet, it creates conflict sometimes. Because if someone just feels that an excuse is appropriate, they'll throw that excuse in there, and then I have a choice. I can be accepting of that excuse, or I can hold them accountable for that and then end up, being at odds with someone for holding someone accountable for what they said, what they agreed to, what they promised, or what they're just flat out, should be responsible for. So with that being said, this is going to be a short, just moment for me just to share my thoughts and vent. I don't have anyone to talk to, so I talk to my camera and to whatever audience I can have. I'm a good dude. I'm not stressed out or anything like that. I don't think I need to be committed anywhere. But I realize any kind of conflict that I have, I think the root of it is my level of standards and what I think the majority of society has come to be okay with in terms of accepting as mediocre or, just excuses. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'm going to spend some time investigating that part about myself, those character traits, and see how I can, better be okay with being a little more at peace. I don't have, enemies that I know of, and I still have pretty good business relationships with people. If you book me to produce anything, write a script or produce a voice or spot or any kind of audio or video content, I'm going to do exactly what I said I'm going to do. All of my customers, I can't think of anyone that has not been satisfied. They have not all been easy, but most of my work, my clients are satisfied, because if I tell you Tuesday at 3:30 I'm going to have your spot or your script to you, it's going to be there no matter what. The only reason I won't be there is if I'm dead, and I hope I don't die anytime soon. But with that being said, I think I'm going to just continue to investigate, what I can do to be okay. And I think this is what I might have to do if I want to be considered, a person who gets along with everybody. I think I have to be a little flexible in the expectations that I hold people accountable for. So with that being said, I'm just going to go because I'm getting a call I need to get to. I don't have a problem. I'm not, in any trouble or anything like that. But I just wanted to address, what's very real to me. If you ever interact with me, you will know that I ask specific questions and I want specific details. And if I get anything other than that, I'm probably going to hold you accountable for what you're actually saying. What you mean may be a whole different thing. But with that being said, let's just see what happens with this. Maybe I'll get some good, bad, or ugly criticism for this post. And till the next time, find someone you need to say I love you to. Don't just say it, but show it and mean it. Have yourself a good rest of the day, evening, week, month. Take care.